Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Footy with Arsenal Fan Corner episode. Uh, Obviously, the first of the 2022-2023 season. It's been a minute since we've been here, and we're glad to be back. So, a big welcome to everyone listening from all over the world, wherever you are. My name is Okpe Adebari, and I will be anchoring this episode of the Arsenal Fan Corner episode. And with me is my special guest, making his second debut. Yeah, even on the Arsenal Fan Corner episode and on Footy with Akin. Akin, welcome to the show. How have you been?
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. It's really, really nice. It's been a long break from football, and now football is back.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a very, very long break. I have to ask, how have you been coping without football or without regular football?
It's it should not happen again. God, please. It's like it feel like as if there was COVID all over again.
Mm,
No form of football. God, I think football is life.
definitely, no doubt about that. That's why we call it the beautiful game, and that's why it's a global language. It's something that everyone can relate to. But not to worry. We've already had the traditional curtain raiser, um,
Yeah.
which was the community show which took place today, and in in a few days' time we will be having the start of the Premier League season, and once again for the fourth season in a row, Arsenal will be starting off the Premier League season officially, playing the first game, and then we'll be going away to Crystal Palace, right? But even before we get into that game, or even previewing that game, we have another guest with us in the studio, another Arsenal fan. The Gremlins have been trying to distort his network, but he's back, and I believe he's coming in with a bang. Victor, how you doing? You're welcome to the show. Victor, can you hear us? Hmm. Seems like I don't know. The Gremlins still dealing with Victor. The network doesn't seem to be so great and weak currently. But nevertheless, let's get into the show proper. First of all, we have to review Arsenal's last game, their last official game before the start. By the way, Arsenal has had an impressive preseason record, unbeaten and only conceding 3 goals. But then again, let's just mainly focus on this. This was a fantastic result, if you ask me, against Sevilla in the Emirates Cup. And obviously, this was also to commemorate the passing of Jose Antonio Reyes, who obviously did play for both Sevilla and Arsenal. But Arsenal was not taking this lightly at all, I think. What were your thoughts on the game?
Okay. First of all, before I go to my thoughts in the game, we lost the preseason match. I think let's just be factual with it. We lost a preseason match.
I'm glad you brought it up, because good enough. You and I are on an Arsenal fan platform, and even me myself, I had to ask the question. But then it seems like Arsenal is not regarding that game against Brentford as an official preseason game. Even though I find that difficult to believe because we do know that the circumstances of the game was almost the same as the match against Ipswich, which we kicked off
Yeah.
preseason with. But maybe it's because of the number of players that were present and the number of players that participated or the caliber of players that participated. You never know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But then, even as an Arsenal fan, if Arsenal is saying they had 100% preseason record, I
Yeah,
think
they
we'll
have
just
a record.
all right, definitely. So let's get into the
Yeah, so going to the Sevilla game, it was brilliant. The first 20 minutes of it, that was I think another match that I've seen Arsenal really play that kind of with high intensity was against Wolves when they beat us 2-1. The first 20 minutes, they were really, really intense. The pressing structure, creating chances, being clinical in front of goal, defending. They look up to speed with the new season. Like they look ready. They look like they're going to hit the ground running for the season, and it's brilliant to see. Really, really brilliant to see. Because I think
All
Arteta,
right, then.
sorry,
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I think
ahead.
Arteta is fully getting the players he wants, and then we're beginning to see his gameplay in full effect. It was really, really
Mm.
beautiful. 4 goals in the first 20 minutes. They were taking no prisoners. They were, and then considering the fact that Sevilla had the best defensive record last season in La Liga, and not even they didn't even play like a youth team or something. It was they're ready for the season. They're ready for the season.
Definitely, definitely. Speaking about new signings, like you mentioned, I think it makes sense to start off with this guy and talking about his preseason so far, Gabriel Jesus. Scoring 7 goals, if I'm not mistaken, in these preseason games that he has played in. Bagging a hat trick, most importantly, against Sevilla. Scoring in just 93 seconds, coming in on his debut against Nuremberg. Absolutely fantastic. What are your thoughts on Gabriel Jesus and his impact thus far?
He's brilliant. I think Pep is going to regret selling him. Gabriel Jesus is brilliant.
That's a bold claim right there. That's a bold statement right
I
there.
think Pep is going to regret it because he's going to score against Man City. I really hope he does. He might
Mm,
not celebrate, but he's going to score against Man City because the dynamic style he brings, he's very, very fluid. He can play across the three positions in front. He's very fluid. He brings plenty options to the Arsenal attacking trio. He's
mm.
at one period coming in from the right, coming in from the left, and he's a fox in the box. He's very, very, very sharp in the box. And not to disregard Lacazette's achievement with Arsenal, but seeing this guy play, I think we've just moved like 4 steps upward from
Mm.
Lacazette, and it's really, really brilliant. Really brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of Arsenal fans feel the same way you feel. I've seen a lot of comments from people, saying that it seems like we've been starving, and or rather, we've been starved of a good striker. Someone even went to the extent of saying, for the first time, Arsenal have a good striker since the departure of Robin van Persie. I don't know. Do you share that view?
Ah, not necessarily. Like he's doing so well, but when give Aubameyang's first 2 seasons at Arsenal, he was really, really a good striker. He was really a good striker. He was up there. Yeah, I think he had like 2 golden boots in Premier League. I'm not so sure, one or two.
Yeah.
But then like Aubameyang was really, really up there. I don't know, just probably attitude issues, and then he was on his way out of the club. But hopefully for Gabriel, and I really hope it does not end up like Eduardo. I'm really praying injury does not thwart this beautiful start to his Arsenal career. God, please,
Hopefully.
it should be fixed.
Hopefully. I love the fact that you're calling God. I think a lot of Arsenal fans have been also prayerful these past couple of days because the opposition have been saying that, look, Arsenal is always good during preseason, and at the end of the day, it's the main season that matters the most. So hopefully Arsenal can translate the form from preseason into the start of the main season. But then moving over from Gabriel Jesus, Arsenal have other signings, just like you had mentioned earlier. Um, if we can talk about these 2 men that you can see in the picture, um, William Saliba and Alexander Zinchenko. Let's start with Zinchenko. I imagine me calling Saliba a new signing. Saliba is a returning, obviously, is a returning loanee. He just returned from loan from his loan spell at Marseille. But yeah, let's start off this man, Alexander Zinchenko, and the kind of impact he has had since he joined the team.
I think with Zinchenko, it's the same thing as Gabriel, dynamic
Mm.
player. He can play as a central midfielder, an attacking midfielder, and like primarily a left back. He's uh I don't know. I'm just really happy. I don't know how the joy in me with these signings. Zinchenko, there's this thing he does, switching from one wing to the other wing. He does it so well, like so well. I
Mm.
think Arsenal fans, they've been starved of seeing good football like this. There was a pass he made against Chelsea. It was so
I
beautiful.
remember.
His
I
technical
remember.
abilities, they're up there. He's gifted technically.
Mm,
He's, I think he's going to do well. He's going to. He might have the nudge over Tierney for the left back spot. Yeah, because
mm,
Tierney is not really fit and stuff. So it's very, very beautiful piece of signing by Edo and Arteta. They wanted their man, they got him, and they should do well this season. Hopefully, he enters PFA Team of the Year. Hopefully.
hopefully. Um, but let's talk about something. There's a dynamic to signing Zinchenko, which is the fact that for the last 2 3 seasons we've been relying on a certain Kieran Tierney, but sadly Tierney has been injury prone, and it seems like signing Zinchenko was a really really bold statement by Arteta and Edu. Obviously, which is the fact that first of all, we need to provide competition for Tierney. If you ask me, with all due respect to Tavares and Cedric, I think Zinchenko is a step higher than them, and that's a
Three-
major reason why yeah, 3 steps. You can say that. I agree with you 100%. And that's a major reason why Tavares has now gone on loan to Marseille, obviously to get a bit more experience, and to get more game time, to be assured of more game time. So what do you think the future lies for Kieran Tierney? What do you think would happen when Arsenal have a fully fit squad? I think it's good to put into the mix that so far so good. Ben White has been deputizing at right back, in the
Yeah,
absence of Tomiyasu, which has obviously allowed Saliba to get into the team, and has seemed to have formed a fantastic relationship with Gabriel Magalhaes on the pitch. So, what do you think would happen when Arsenal have a fully fit Kieran Tierney and Tomiyasu, or do you think this current back four is the best that Arsenal has to offer?
so for let me start with Tierney and Zinchenko. I think I might be overthinking this, or like this might be a really really, I don't know, what's the word now, popular opinion, but I think in 2 seasons Tierney isn't going to be at Arsenal anymore, because I think coming from last season, I'm sorry I'm digressing, but like I'm just trying to like put my thoughts in one place.
That's
Coming from
fine.
last season, the captain armband, the captaincy duty, now it's gone to Odegaard.
Hmm.
It would have been Tierney, but I think in the bigger picture, Arteta is looking at selling him. His injury problems are really, really, they're really, really affecting his gameplay. And if Tavares is going to come back, hopefully he does well at Marseille. He
Okay.
comes back. He's not so injury prone as Tierney. I think Tierney is going to lose his spot at Arsenal, because Zinchenko is not. He doesn't get injured often, and
Hmm.
is good quality. But if Tierney is fit, that's going to be good for us now. It will just be probably what Pep does. Nobody's spot is secure. Everybody gets a lot of minutes, but nobody has a sure spot on the team. So it's just going to be a rotational basis for both Zinchenko and Tierney. And then for
I think
White
it's
and
okay. Go ahead.
I was going to speak
Please
for
go
White and
ahead.
Tomiyasu. White and
Okay.
Tomiyasu and Saliba. I just think, because I think Arteta said it once, no one has a permanent spot on the team. He's lying, definitely. Odegaard has a permanent spot. But then
True.
there's
Okay.
going to be like a lot of rotation, which is nice. He helps us with the depth of it, of the
Mm,
team. You can play Saliba, you can play Gabriel, you can play
yeah.
White. Tomiyasu can come in as a centre back. It just really helps with um competition, healthy competition for the team, first of all, and the depth of the team. You're sure that your second team is coming, and then the level is not going to drop so much as I've seen in previous
Yeah.
years.
Mm. Great, great. I think I want you to touch more on Saliba and his impact on the team since he has resumed. So far so good. Since Saliba has played for Arsenal in preseason, Arsenal have not conceded any goal. He has had 100% passing accuracy, 80% interceptions and tackles at the same time. Those stats speak volumes, if you ask me. And yeah, let me let you do the analysis on that and shed more light on William Saliba and his impact at Arsenal.
First of all, Saliba is tall. That guy is huge. Like his presence enough is scary. You know when you see Van Dijk with a player, you
Mm,
know like this guy has this domineering presence. That's how
mm,
Saliba is. And good thing he's very young. He's calm,
mm,
collected. He's good with the ball. He can play up from the back.
yeah.
I think for Arsenal to pay 30 million, I think it was 18 when they paid 30 million for him.
Mm,
I don't think they were sleeping. They knew what they were doing because he comes
definitely.
with so much. He's just really calm, not under pressure, just calm, collected. He's, I think, his tactical ability to, the way he interacts with Ramsdale, he knows when to leave the ball for Ramsdale, when to go for it.
Mm.
It's just, it's going to be. It reminds me of, I don't know. I think Van Dijk was not even this good at his age. I'm so sorry, Van Dijk. But yeah, this guy is at
Facts. I
21.
think I have to agree with you on that because I don't think Virgil van Dijk obviously was not at the top clubs at the age of 21. You know. So yeah, kudos to them Saliba on that. So yeah, go ahead.
He's going to give White a tough time for the
Mm,
right centre back role. He's going to be a really really tough one for White because this guy he has been wanting to enter the Arsenal starting 11 for a long while, and then
true.
now he's back. He's back. He's fast. His his
Mm,
recovery level is really high. His passing accuracy is there.
mm,
He's calm.
yeah.
Is I think Saliba is going to do so well at Arsenal. So well. I'm hopeful for
Mm.
him.
All
Hopefully
right.
he doesn't get. I think the Arsenal team is nice. I'm just going to God. These guys stay fit. They stay fit. That's
Definitely.
God. They need to help us. They need to stay fit.
You know, taking a look at this picture right now, this was the first of two preseason trophies. This was them winning the Florida Cup against Chelsea after they won 4-0. And it's only right that I just showcase this audacious chip by Gabriel Jesus. You know, so calm and so confident with the ball. That's a great striker right there. But then let's assess some other players at Arsenal. Have you seen significant improvements from some other players, or have you seen the right thing in preseason? I mean, this man right here, little chilly, Kayo Saka, he looks like he has bulked up in terms of his upper body, and he scored 3 goals in preseason thus far. What do you think this season holds for Bukayo Saka, and how important would he be to Arsenal?
I think first of all, he's playing with better players this season. Moving from
Mm,
Lacazette to Gabriel Jesus, you have a striker you can connect more with, someone that because he created a lot of chances last season. There was no one to finish it up for him. Now
mm,
he's probably going to get a lot more assists. Gabriel Martinelli too is doing so well, and then he looks like because I think they were kicking him a lot last season, so he went to
mm,
buff up, and
yeah.
then this team is ready. He's ready. Probably like some little improvements here and there with his finishing, being more
Mm,
decisive and stuff. He looks ready to go for the season. This is going to be another big season for him again. He should be
mm,
there with the greats. I love the fact that people are beginning to respect him.
mm,
Yeah, he might get like a lot more assists than the goals because I really see Gabriel Jesus getting like 20 plus goals. I know that was outrageous, but I know he can do
mm.
it. He's a really smart person, and Saka should be getting much more assists than last season. So he's improved. Yeah, definitely. He's on the rise, and we're looking forward to seeing him this season. So
Great,
great work to
great.
Saka.
Great. Let's talk about the newly appointed captain of Arsenal Football Club, Martin Odegaard. You said one thing already. You said the fact that Martin Odegaard is unbenchable. You know. So, what are your thoughts about him being made the captain of Arsenal at the age of 23? He becomes the second youngest captain of Arsenal in the history of the Premier League after Sex Fabregas. And obviously, we already know that he's the youngest Norwegian captain ever. So, what are your thoughts on the 23-year-old captain Arsenal? Rather, yeah, Arsenal Football Club have assigned. Do you think he's the right man to lead Arsenal forward into the new glory days ahead?
Yeah, definitely. From going by what Mikel said, he said Odegaard embodies what the club stands for, the values. He shares the same values and stuff. And the way Odegaard is as a player is calm under pressure. He doesn't tend to lose his emotions. He's calm. I think they respect him. His teammates really, really respect him. He speaks on the pitch. You always see Ateta going to meet him and like pass instructions to him to tell his teammates. First of all, I think he's tactically sound. He's a tactically sound player, and then his previous experiences as a young player. I know he signed for Madrid at the age of 16, so he has really, really like had like a lot of experiences that have shaped his mentality and thinking to build him to the stage he currently is right now. So yeah, I think it's the right decision, and I think it was a general decision by the squad. It was not like a one man decision. I think when they raised the statement, they said every team member agreed with the decision, and I think that's one thing the leader wants, for everyone to be on the same page as him. So his teammates are looking up to him, and he sure looks like he's going to lead them very well to the glory days,
Great.
like you said.
Great. I like something that you mentioned that speaks to Odegaard a lot, calls him to the sidelines and dishes instructions to him. I don't know where I heard this from or where I watched it, but I think it's safe to say that Martin Odegaard is a representation of Mikel Arteta on the pitch while they are playing. Just like you've mentioned already, Odegaard knows how to link up the play. He knows how to bring his teammates into play, and then I see that he controls the tempo of the game a lot of times. So
Yes.
depending on the way Odegaard picks up the ball, depending on his body movement and the pace at which he's going, everybody follows. Odegaard speeds things up, everybody follows. Odegaard slows things down, everybody does the same thing. So I think it's quite evident to see the importance of Martin Odegaard. But looking at the Arsenal squad in general, any other key players here? Any other players you feel that we need to watch out for this season, or is there any other player that you think needs to improve massively and prove themselves at Arsenal Football Club?
Okay, first of all, the player I think we need to watch out for, I don't think I can see him here. Fabio Vieira.
Oh, he's here on your extreme right. On your extreme right.
Oh, okay,
He
I
doesn't have.
think with the platform. So yeah, I think we didn't see this guy in preseason, and he's going to be a very, very mysterious player going into the new season. He's going to be very, very mysterious. He's someone we need to watch out for. The way when we see Bernardo play for Man City and then we're really excited, the way he can control the ball in tight spaces, just be really tiny and tricky with the ball. I think we should expect that from Fabio Vieira as well. Very, very tricky player. Knows how to create space for his teammates. Knows how to, like control himself in tight spaces. So it's someone we should really watch out for. It's someone we should watch out for. It's going to be a game changer for us now. And then someone that needs to like step up his game. I think from the first team, everyone is with just little improvement. I think I would like to see Martinelli try to improve his finishing, be more decisive. There's this thing he does when he's with the ball, his head is always down. And I'm like, try to up, look. But then I think that's just his style of play. He's really good. So if he can improve with his finishing, And then I think Xhaka too. I think Xhaka is this, how I put it, really, really important player, but sometimes we fail to see his importance to the team. Xhaka is really important. Yeah, there might be issues with his mobility and stuff, not being able to pick up the pace and stuff. But then he's a tactically sound player, knows how to position himself sometimes. So yeah, just if he can improve like his pace, I don't know how he's going to do it. I think he's good to go. But if I'm looking at someone that needs to improve so much, probably Martinelli on his finishing. Martinelli and Saka, they need to improve on their finishing just a little bit, and then we're good to go.
All right then. But still on this Arsenal squad, taking a look at the Arsenal squad. Look, it's a huge squad right now. Good enough. Alvarez has gone on loan. Reports just in from Fabrizio Romano is that Arsenal have a good agreement with Rem, the French club, for a loan deal for the whole season for Larin Balogun. What do you think about that? I know that's those are two departures now. Fine, they are going on loan. But definitely, Arsenal need to trim the squad because not everyone is going to play.
Yeah.
Um, I think we need to keep in mind the fact that it's a World Cup season. Players will be looking forward to that. Players would want to represent their country and whatnot. But most importantly, players want to play football. I remember Edu saying in one of the interviews after signing Zinchenko, he did say that, look, we've got a large squad, but then again, the club has plans for each and every player. For those who will not be getting regular football, I'm just micromanaging his words. And then he did say for those who will be getting regular football, they need to find a solution for that. And I think we're seeing that currently. Started with
Yeah.
Tavares, Arthur Okonkwo as well has gone on loan. It's been reported that Ben Leno has, or rather, Arsenal have an agreement with Fulham in principle for Ben Leno. So, and obviously, Leno wasn't even involved in the matchday squad against Sevilla. I think the goalkeepers on the bench were Matt Turner and Ronaldson.
Runners.
Yeah, but then obviously it seems like Ronaldson might be on his way out, and the third choice goalkeeper might just be Karl Heinz since Arthur Okonkwo has gone on loan. But then once again, diving back into this Arsenal squad, who are the other players that you think need to be sold or need to go out on loan?
So from this team, I think Ateta knows his first team, knows his sub players. So we're looking at players like Maitland Niles will probably have to go. He should go. He should really go to improve his career. First of all, he should go. Maitland Niles is going to go. Pablo Mari should be on his way out. Leno, like you earlier mentioned, should be on his way out. Hector Bellerin, I really love Hector Bellerin as a player, but then he should go. He should be on his way out too. I'm trying to pick up names in my head. I think Elneny is safe. Elneny is not going to go. Elneny is going to stay there.
He signed a contract extension just for this season, so obviously Elneny is not going anywhere.
Yeah. Then Nicolas Pepe is really, really tricky. I think Pepe wants to stay, but then I don't think Arteta wants him to stay. I have this dream. I don't know. I don't know where the dream came from. One day, I'm like, Arsenal is going to sign Sané. For some reason.
Wow, Leroy Sané.
Yeah, for some reason, I think I've heard Arteta say that he's not done with signings yet. That the squad is still short. I think they want about 3 more signings, and I think Sané is on that list. It's going to be mysterious when Arsenal, I do moves in mysterious ways. Very, very mysterious.
I like that. I love the optimism, Akin. I love the optimism. And let's get into
when Fabrizio comes to tweet about it, tell him that I said it first.
Fantastic. Guys, you heard it here first on Arsenal Fan Corner episode of the Footy With podcast. Akin said it, So when Fabrizio is tweeting, he's just taking a tapping from Akin. Leroy Sané to Arsenal here, you guys. You heard it here first on the Arsenal Fan Corner episode on the Footy With podcast. But then let's talk about potential signings. Arteta has mentioned, both Arteta and Edu have mentioned that, we're still working hard in the transfer market. Never say never. We can't say that we're done with bringing in players, but then we do need to offload players. You've already mentioned Leroy Sané. In what other positions do you think Arsenal need to strengthen? And what players do you think Arsenal should be targeting? So take, for example, now you said Leroy Sané, so that means you're talking about the left wing position, I believe. Maybe a bit of competition for Martinelli, since we've got both Pepe and Saka on the right wing. So in what other position do you think Arsenal need to strengthen, and what players should Arsenal be looking at?
Okay, first of all, I think I mentioned earlier about Xhaka's mobility. So the right central midfield, I think that's something that has been key. I think there have been a lot of reports with Tielemans, with Paqueta, Usain was once talked about. So I think that's one position Arteta is looking to get a new player. And I think Tielemans might just be the player. Sorry, left central midfield.
Yeah,
right. So I think Tielemans is a player Arteta is looking for it, because I think the way Arteta is building his team, he's building a tactically sound team. So he's not just trying to buy any player. He wants the right profile for each position, like right player, right dynamic player and stuff.
Mm,
So we always hear him say if the market allows, if the market allows and stuff. So
mm,
CLM should be my player for the LCM position. And I think they
mm.
need a left-sided centre back for competition with Gabriel. Because I think
Yeah.
that's the only position where we don't have like competition. And then we
Mm.
cannot have Gabriel play like 40 games in the season. No, he's going to go to
True.
Brazil. He's going to go to the World Cup with Brazil. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to tired and we don't want him to come back and then we don't have like a replacement for him.
True.
From the top
True.
of my head, I don't think I have like the right profile of player to replace Gabriel that would
Mm,
be a squad player because there might be like the right profile, but probably that would be probably an outrageous signing, someone that
mm,
wants like to be on the first team immediately, to enter the team immediately, which is
mm.
currently not possible. No,
True.
but I
True.
think that's his job, not my job. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, definitely. But we can always just aspire and hope that Arsenal sign the right players. But for me, talking about those positions, just like you mentioned, I think a perfect left-sided central midfielder who can be a box-to-box midfielder. I wish Arsenal actually went in for Aurelien Tchouameni, but obviously Real Madrid were all over that deal even before the end of last season. So obviously, there's a reason why Madrid signed him so early. We can dream, we can all dream and hope. But for me,
No, we can afford it. I believe we can afford it. Tom Cruise is that big.
of course, definitely, we could have afforded to sign Tchouameni, but obviously, when Real Madrid is in competition with you, it's so easy for Madrid
Yeah.
to splash the cash. And one thing I have noticed about Edu and this current new Arsenal, the way they like to negotiate, they don't like to be bullied into signing any player. We saw that with
Yeah.
Rafinha. There was a time Chelsea even went in to offer 60 million, and yeah, Arsenal just decided to back out. Arsenal did not want to be in a bidding war. So
The
I
same
think
thing with Sandro Martinez.
definitely same thing. At the end of the day, I think the club still holds those virtues from Arsene Wenger, virtues that Arsene
Yeah.
Wenger has instilled in the club. Not spending sporadically on players, but then spending right to get a valuable player. So I wish it was Tchouameni, but definitely Tchouameni is now at Real Madrid. Um, funny suggestion I'm about to give. Tongai Ndombele. Honestly,
Wow. Nothing.
Tongai Ndombele. He's someone who has those traits of a great LCM. Um, he's a good box to box midfielder. Maybe you would say average. I think he's better going forward. Not
I think
necessarily the best defensively, but definitely he's someone who can play that Xhaka position and adds more flair. If you ask me, adds more flair in terms of speed, creativity. But then again, Ateta wants a hard worker in the team, and
yeah.
then again, Ateta might be thinking about even bringing in a left-sided midfielder. So I think I'm also with you. I'm excited to see Fabio Vieira get into the team, and I'm curious to see where Fabio Vieira plays. You know, but so far so good in preseason. Let's not forget that we've seen Lokonga in that position. Whenever Lokonga comes on, he plays in that left central midfield position, and he has deviated from being a number four, playing where Elneny plays, because Elneny came in at the back of last season and absolutely held that position down when Partey was injured. So we're looking forward to who Arsenal wants to sign. Then talking about that left-footed centre back, um, in January, Arsenal signed Austin Trusty from an American football club.
Yeah.
Um,
Colorado.
Exactly, Colorado Rapids. Thank you for reminding me. But then immediately after the MLS season, he came to England, did his medicals, completed the paperwork, and then was sent alone immediately to Birmingham. So obviously
Yeah.
they want him to get game time and get accustomed to English football. So we love that already. So long term, we know that Austin Trusty would be um, implemented back into the team. But definitely, just like you said, I do agree that Pablo Mari needs to be sold. I think Pablo Mari is not mobile enough.
Chelsea.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the right word. He's a bit impulsive and not mobile enough. I think he would fit better in a back three. And
Yeah.
I mean, tactically speaking, I think Ateta only deploys the back three when it's absolutely needed. So yeah, so I love that definitely. But then let's get into the season first of all. With all these signings that we've made, um, with the potential departures, obviously making room for incomings. Where do you see Arsenal finishing this?
First,
Winning the
okay,
EPL.
but
I kid you not. I kid you not. After the game against Sevilla, two people sent me messages telling me that Arsenal is going to win the league. So you are the third person saying that. Should I say the third time's the charm?
yeah,
But
that's it.
but definitely shed more light on that, or bring us up to speed with the way you think Arsenal are definitely going to
If
win.
I'm being realistic, definitely I think top three, yeah, top three should be Arteta's goal because
Mm,
he's been able to build the team he wants. They've gelled, and I think top three is something we should be looking at. I'm looking at third because definitely you have Liverpool, you have Man City. I think first thing, Pep is going to be angry with the Community Shield loss, so we don't know what he's going to do going into the new season. But if everyone stays fit, everybody stays fit, we're hoping for new additions and stuff. We hope for new additions and stuff. Yeah, definitely we should be looking at top three for Arsenal.
mm. All right then, top three for Arsenal predicted right there by Akim. But let's talk about the game against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have been in good form as well in preseason under Patrick Vieira. The last preseason game they did win 4-2, if I'm not mistaken. Eberichi Eze, we've seen he's back playing good football. Wilfred Zaha is in good form as well. And obviously they have the ever-present Magehi in their defense as well. But then, do you think Crystal Palace has what it takes to upset Arsenal? Keeping in mind that Crystal Palace did give us upsets last season, you know, I think was it at the Emirates or at Selhurst Park? Where did we lose
Both
to Crystal
we
Palace?
didn't beat them last season.
We couldn't beat them last season, right?
It was really tough. I think at the Emirates we had to rely on a last minute. I think that was the last kick of the game from Lacazette. Then
True,
at Selhurst Park, they demolished us. It was 3-0. Zaha was having the time of his life
true,
against
true, true,
like,
true. Thank you for that painful reminder.
very
But then again,
tough.
it's a new season. It's a new look Arsenal team. Um, Crystal Palace haven't really signed any significant addition to the team, apart from a Roy, who is a right winger, but he wasn't even involved in the last preseason game. I'm not really sure about his injury status. But then, what are your predictions concerning the game against Crystal Palace? You think Arsenal will win comfortably?
Yes, I think coming from the match against Sevilla, they're in good spirits, high form. They know what they want to do. They know how they want to play. They have the mindset and then new like profiles of players. So I think as it should be a tough one because kudos to what Patrick Vieira is doing at Crystal Palace. But I think it should be a nice one. And Arsenal should win it. Might not be like a large goal difference, probably 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. But Arsenal should win. Hopefully, I'm prone to put credit a lot if Arsenal should lose. So I don't want to pay
I'm looking
out.
forward to that. That would be absolutely great. That would be absolutely great. But then, for me, I hope that Arsenal win as well. But then I think with the recent form that I've seen from this Arsenal squad and the ruthlessness of Gabriel Jesus, the inventory of Odegaard,
Yeah,
um, the spirit of Martinelli, and the should I say the swiftness of Saka, and the calm back four that we have. I'm
yeah,
expecting I'm expecting a 3-0 win. I don't care about the fact that Crystal Palace are home. They are a good squad. I like them a lot on paper. On paper, they look really good.
yeah.
A fully fit
Definitely.
Crystal Palace squad is exciting to watch play. But I believe Arsenal is the class ahead of them, and I expect Arsenal to start off the season in the right way. It's very very important to get those first 3 points. It helps with confidence. The last couple of seasons, Arsenal have always started the season in a very lackluster manner, and that has affected the confidence of the players. So hopefully, Arsenal are able to start the
Yeah,
season.
and I think last season we didn't have like the full team we wanted. We started with a makeshift team
True,
against Brentford, and this season
true,
we're starting with hopefully nobody gets injured before Friday. We're starting
true.
with like a standard 11,
Yeah.
so we should
What
give
what
them
what what might look like our first team at the end of the day?
I should like our first team.
No, I said at the end of the day, the
Yeah,
team that
oh yeah, yeah. I look like our
exactly
first
it
team.
might just look like our standard first team at the end of the day. But
Hopefully not,
you
because
know,
I want to make come back.
hopefully, I'm just like I told you before, and just like I asked you before. I'm curious to see what happens when we have both Tierney and Tomiyasu come back into the team. But one thing I must say is the fact that Arsenal are beginning to look like a top team. And when I say a top team, a team that has quality in depth. We forgot to even touch on Eddie. Yeah, he signed a new contract extension, got the number 14 jersey, been banging in goals in preseason. He came off the bench against Sevilla, right place, right time, being a fox in the box as well. Finished off a very gracious Martinelli assist. I think it's going to be a good thing for Eddie as well. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think first of all I'll take back my words against Crystal Palace. We're going to beat them
Mm.
because you play Gabriel Jesus for 70 minutes. He has
Mm.
stretched the life out of your defense, and then you have to defend the remaining 30 against Edin Ketia.
Yeah.
That's it's really, really brilliant. I think those two players in the striking position, that's a good first team striker, a good replacement for him.
True.
I think the future is looking brilliant. I'm so happy.
Definitely. So I think at this point we need to say all the best to Arsenal this season, and we'll be looking forward to more Arsenal fan corner episodes where we are smiling and laughing like we were today, and hopefully we wouldn't be
I
complaining
don't
so
want
much.
to have to shout.
Exactly. We don't want to have to shout, and hopefully we can also very much importantly celebrate a victory, celebrate winning a trophy, an important trophy. And it's good to know that Arsenal are back in Europa League, and hopefully this is the season that we end the 5-year drought and 5-year absence from the Champions League. Just like you said, you expect a top three finish. Hopefully Arsenal can deliver that. And if not, hopefully they win the Europa League and get themselves back to the Champions League. Well, that's why we call it a wrap on today's show. First of all, thank you so much, Akin, for joining me on today's show.
I'm really grateful for having me.
Definitely, we hope to see you again on our Fan Corner. We hope to do this more often till the end of the season. A very big thank you to everyone who has watched this video thus far and listened to the podcast thus far. We appreciate you so much. But let's do one thing for us. First, if you're watching this video, smash the like button, subscribe, and share this video to other Arsenal fans, to other football fans who love football content, and make sure that you stay tuned with us. Once you subscribe, you will always be notified whenever we drop a new video. It's going to be a brand new season, just like I said, the beginning of a brand new season, and we've got a whole stock of content for you here at the podcast. So, from me, Okoye and Aki, stay safe.
Bye.